Hey College Success, welcome to week 14 of the semester. Hard to believe, but we are almost done. And this is on your syllabus, but I just want to make sure I'm putting it in the back of your mind now that week 16 ends on a Friday. So it'll open the Friday before and it'll close on a Friday. You still have a week to do your work like normal, but it's not that normal weekend through. So I just want to make sure that you are aware that week 16 ends on a Friday. Something else, as hopefully you already know, your spring workshop assignment is due soon. So if you have not attended a workshop at this point, there's probably only just a couple options left, but you want to make sure that you register and attend. If you've already attended one, please make sure you submit your certificate of attendance so that I can mark you down and enter your grade for that. So if you have any questions, please make sure you check out this video. It walks you through where to go, how to register, and all of that. Something else I want to make sure that you are aware of is that week 2 will reopen this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So some of you took advantage of week 1 reopening last week. Week 2 is reopening this Friday, Saturday, Sunday in case anyone, for whatever reason, missed work in those early week of week 2. All right, so let's go ahead and hop down. We're in week 14, so I'm going to click here. There's no lecture video this week because it's not based on a chapter, so a little bit of a break, but your discussion forum is not here this week, so it's not like a normal week like that. Obviously, there's no lecture video, anything like that. So instead, you are completing these 2 assignments for your attendance. If you only complete one, it's 50% attendance. And so this video is actually just going to talk about this first assignment right here, because depending on if you are a traditional student or a CCP student, you're going to do one or the other, not both. And then I'll come back with a second video just for the registration assignment. So again, no matter what though, you have to do one of these 2 and then your registration assignment. Both of those count as your attendance. So let me go ahead and hop in the assignment folder, and I'm going to focus on just this part right here. Just this part. I'm going to come back to this in a later video. All right, so here's what we're going to do. If you are a traditional college student, which means you are here, you already graduated, you have your GED, whatever the case is, you're here as a quote unquote like regular college student, you are going to go and download your MAP page. And this says it's going to work best in Firefox or Chrome. I'm going to say Firefox. Even sometimes with Chrome, I see issues. So if you are a regular college student, not a current high school student, this is what you're going to do. So I already have Firefox up and going, and I'm going to get into my SSC right here. And then over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to scroll down under where it says General. So if it's not, go ahead and uncollapse it there. And then you're just going to click on MAP, My Academic Plan. That's going to take you, when you click it, it's going to take you right into your MAP. This is an advising tool. So I would advise that you take a look up here and just make sure everything looks correct. Your major looks right, everything just kind of looks okay, because if anything up here is wrong, then everything down here is going to be off track. But essentially, I am using a student who graduated years and years ago who gave me permission to use this as a demonstration tool, but yours is not going to be filled out. This student graduated, so that's why everything is like completed. You're going to have things down here that are going to say like maybe you're in progress because you're taking that class right now. There's a red because you haven't completed. So there's going to be different kind of coloration depending on where you are. But what's also nice about this is it tells you your degree progress. You can kind of like track your progress here. But this is also a way to register for classes because it tells you all the classes that you need. And you should be able to kind of click on things. They should be hyperlinked. But for the purpose of this assignment, you're just going to have your MAP page. You're going to come up here and you're going to click the print button and you're going to hit open PDF. When you do, it's going to open into a PDF. Come over here and you are going to, you could technically hit this again and just hit save to PDF, or you can just hit the one right next to it where it has save. Save it wherever you need to save it. And I'm just going to like save it how I would, my last name and then MAP. And then I'm going to go back into Blackboard. I'm going to upload my file right there. Browse my file. There it is. Hit open. And then I would hit submit. So that is if you are a traditional college student. You are uploading your MAP PDF. Now, if you are a CCP student, which means you are a current high school student, you really don't have much going on in your MAP, so you are doing something different. So this is if you are a current high school student taking this course while also taking high school classes. You are going to go to the Stark State homepage, and under academics, you're going to investigate a program that you might be interested in. Now, you might be undecided. That's totally okay. I'm not asking you to like make a decision right now. You're just going to look and see, like, maybe you've been thinking about going into business or healthcare or whatever it is. So I'm just going to go into business and accounting. All these pages look fairly similar once you click in. Obviously, just the information differs, but the setup is very similar. So I'm going to click here. And then when you get into this page, it's going to give you a bunch of information, contact information over here, information about like kind of skills that are needed for this general area, careers that fall under this category. And then down at the very bottom is going to be the actual degrees that you can get in this field. So we're going to click on one of those. And if it's a certificate, that's okay, or a regular associate. Just click on one. When you get into this page, it's going to give you even more information. But what you're going to do is click on courses, and you're going to click full-time. It doesn't really matter, full-time, part-time, has the same information. It just kind of tells you what classes to take in a different order based on that. So you're going to click full-time, and it's going to bring up a PDF, and this is going to be like a program plan. It's going to tell you all the classes and the credit hours you have to take to get a degree in this field. You're going to go ahead and make sure that you download it, save it, and then you can just kind of like attach your last name to it because it'll save with the name of it. And then you're going to go into Blackboard, click here, and you're going to upload that one. Okay, so you're going to find the program plan right there and upload that. All right, so again, no one is doing both of those things. You're doing one or the other based on if you're a regular college student or a CCP student. So make sure, and again, I'm going to kind of just show you again, if I selected education, for instance, how it's very similar setup, right? I go to the bottom, I click on that, I go to courses, there's my PDF. So the process is very similar no matter what kind of umbrella field you pick. So that is what you're doing for this first part, either My Academic Plan, your MAP, or that program plan page that you're going to submit. Okay, so if you have any questions on that, let me know. And then when you're ready, go ahead and watch the next video that's going to cover the registration assignment that every one of you is going to do, no matter if you're a CCP or a traditional college student. All right, see you next time.